That. And so how's everybody doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday for some of you guys on the other side. Um, and yeah, let's kind of get into it. I know I always say this, but I'm going to try and not make this a 3-hour stream. So my wife's already warned me. So we'll get into it. Let's do this thing. I know I always say this, but I'm going to try. Perfect. All right. That. Alrighty, cool. All right, let's do this. Yeah, welcome. How's everybody doing? What's up, Sango man? How you doing? You're the only one on the other side. Yeah. No worries, bro. No worries. You already have your work clothes on. Listen, guys, I'll tell you this: when I was really diving into this and learning this, yeah, I was working a full-time job. I was doing a lot of stuff, and it all came down to I had the will, I had the determination, but now I just kind of needed to really jump into what I wanted you know, to make my reality come through and dive into what I wanted to get into. So let's do this. Alrighty. And I'll move this over. I gotta get the chat up. Oh, you know what? I guess I should share my screen. All right, there we go. Sorry. Had to get everything all lined up. And we're golden. All right. So welcome everybody. Let's dive into it. Let's see. I'm at work now. Military, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Anyone smash that steady 1 to 2.8? Oh yeah. Man. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. All right, let's what am I looking at stocks for? Let's get into it. Just quick recap. Hopefully everyone has checked the news, right? Make sure, and I do this coming into the weekend. Make sure you check your news. So we know that we have some Australian this is going to be the FOMC version of the dollar for the Australian news coming out at 12:30 tonight. Actually, no, it already happened, right? Didn't it already happen? Yeah, it did. Yeah, it already came out. They left the rates the same. Yeah, they left the rates the same. The only thing coming up now, if you trade oil or any of the Canadian stuff, that's going to give a little thing. But I'm not really too worried about the meeting minutes from the FOMC stuff. I'm not. That's not going to be the big thing for me. Is going to be right here when old Jerome Powell speaks Thursday. Thursday is going to be the big one, and then it's NFP for the Canadian dollar on Friday. So I don't plan on trying to position myself on Friday into anything. Typically, I like to already be in that. But yeah, just always keep in mind, one of the things I like to do, that's my Sunday kind of thing to do, or Monday morning when I'm game planning for the week, is I go through and figure out what I'm going to be looking at, what lines up with some volatility. NFP, just to recap, like NFP last week was actually pretty good. I caught a really nice move on EU, gave me like a 1 to 20 on it. So you got 1 to 17 on AU in an hour. Very good, bro. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, what do you got here, bro? What you got? This is your AU? Yeah, bro. That sucks, man. I ain't gonna lie, that sucks. I wasn't up for this. Like I got up a little later, and this is already that had already passed. So unfortunately, but yeah, let's dive into it, man. Let's go. So just to recap, EJ. All right, we'll start with EJ. For those of you that caught it off the extreme or off the limit orders down in here, we're moving really nice. Everything's on the up and up for me. My next target area is going to be 13600 for me to take my next set of partials. So this would be my third set of partials that I'm going to be looking at taking. Um, and then ultimately I'm going to be holding as we get into the weekly candle up here. All right. But no reason not to be looking for buys. We are trading into this distribution. So we know that there is some heavy supply that comes in here. You can kind of see a potential distribution that occurred that turned into a reaccumulation. Some of the guys this morning, we were actually looking at a buy from here, and it was a shame. It like missed, I think, by like 3 pips. Um, we were actually, yeah, this is where we were looking right in here. So there was a nice little accumulation that I was looking at, and 50% of the 1 minutes where I was looking really lined up really nicely with some of the seconds time frame, particularly the 15-second accumulation right in here was really nice. Um, and you could see it actually it missed by six pips. I was trying to go off of this 15-second candle. Um, yeah. Let's see. Oh, congrats, bro. Congrats. Welcome to the MT5 club, bro. Congrats. Congrats. Yeah, don't jump on that C trader shenanigans. It'll cost you money, trust me. It'll cost you money. All right, perfect. Yeah, we're good. So now since that missed my entry, ideally what I'm waiting for is this. We have made this high up here, and you can see we're kind of just lingering in this area. So this is done. This is done for right now. What I want to see on EJ is, quite honestly, I just want to see us jump up through and violate this supply point. So I've got my alert set up here. I want us to do this during Asian and London tonight, and then I'll be looking at a re-entry from down here. All right. Just keep in mind, this is a possibility, right? And I'll just jump up to like the 4 hour to really kind of show the legs. But keep in mind that from our legs, right? From our legs, and this is going to be the new leg, right? We have this high to this high, and if we pop up here, now this becomes the extreme to our new leg high, right? So we could potentially see a pullback into here. All right. So don't just be, use proper risk management and just think of, some very thought out points of interest, right? So if this is the reason that we come up, this is my first point of interest. I'll be looking for an accumulation. All right. After that, ideally I'd be looking in this area. I've got this still on the horizon, but ultimately we can come back down in here. All right. So just keep that in mind on EJ. I am bullish on this. There's no reason not to be bullish on it. We've been waiting and looking for buys all day long. The current buy on it right now, one of the positions that I'm at is currently sitting at a 1-25. It was a little higher at one point. And then the smaller position that I took off of the 5-minute, let me delete this, is sitting at I don't even know what it's at. What's it at? She's at a 1-78. All right. 1-78. So it's just a matter of, just watching and letting these things play out. Okay. Is the daily distribution still valid? Yeah. It hasn't been violated yet. Yeah. In that situation, if price doesn't go up and starts walking down, where's the low to break before looking for sells? The low before we look for sells is right down here, right? So what is maintaining bullish structure? And it's this right here. That's what's maintaining bullish structure. So we've got to violate this. All right. So that the wick today broke bullish order flow. Yes, it did. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That's why for me, in the order of precedence, number one will always be structure. Right? Always will be structure. Order flow, probably down here around like number 6. All right. Order flows down here around 6. Okay. Like I put like number 4, I'd put like the moon phases, and maybe like the number 3 would be like the Chinese calendar. All right. But yeah, that's where that falls for me. All right. I'll tell you right now, you'll drive yourself crazy. Now, order flow is great if you're going with the trend and you're just stacking orders. I will tell you, because I do it all the time. But if you just follow order flow, and I don't remember what chart I was looking at earlier, I was kind of helping somebody out with structure. That in the span of, oh, you know what? It was UCAD. When we get to UCAD, I'll cover it. But in the span of, I think, I don't know, a day and a half on a 15-minute chart, we had something like 7 or 8 different order flow breaks, and it would just drive you crazy, you know? So ultimately, what ended up happening in here was just a simple, it just grabbed liquidity. It came right into here. Hold on. Was it on the 4-hour? Yeah. Okay. So what did we do? We just traded right into this 4-hour candle. All right. That's all we did. This was the original reaccumulation that, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but hold on, let me just move that out of the way. I mean, that tapped dead on 50% of our 4-hour candle. So always try to find the reason why price did something. So that's why, even though we swept this low, for me, that's why I was looking specifically this morning for that buy, because this is a reaccumulation that occurs in here. This is a reaccumulation, and this 4-hour candle is extremely powerful for me. So that's what this tapped into. All right, not enough for me to put a limit order, because that stop loss would have been huge. That stop loss would have been 17 pips. That's just way too big for me. But yeah, always find out, like, always try to go back and look to see what price was looking, trying to get at. And for me, this was a manipulated move. So you could see I had this down here as the break of structure, right? I had this as the break of structure. And this was that reaccumulation. All right. You could see the attempted distribution that occurred here, our creek, and then we violated that. So what is more important, a reaccumulation where we know buyers came into the market, or simply just the order flow? And that's all this was. This was a mitigation of this. And that's why I had this here. But, this is fluid, right? This can change. You know, did price make this new high? Absolutely. But it's all this is just order flow, right? That's all this is, just order flow. What is in this area here? What is holding bullish structure? And it's this right here, right? It's that right there. So that's how I was looking at it. And of course, like I said, I mean, it sucks. I didn't get it. I didn't get filled. But I'm okay with it. I'll just sit here and wait. I'll wait patiently. So I do have my alert up here. I want us to make and take out that high. All right. Let's see. Number 4 works. Yeah. This is what I had. Let's see, bro. Yeah, dude, trust me, 22 days, man. That sucked on the 1 hour. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, this is great. You got the reaccumulation. Great. Price ended up coming into that 4-hour. Sometimes it doesn't come into the extreme that we want. So I had the 4-hour. That's why, this morning I was just looking for an accumulation, and that's when I start paying attention to lower price action, and we got it. I mean, it was pretty clean in there. You can see, like I have all my screenshots from this morning, but it came in really nicely. We had a really nice, and then, the main thing I wanted was just the break of structure, which we got the break of structure within the schematic. So once that happened, I actually wasn't even paying attention. I was doing some other stuff this morning, and when I looked, this stupid thing had already taken off. So it sucks. It is what it is. No big deal. No big deal. But keep in mind, that's what I want to see. I want to see us break that new high, and then we'll just reset and start playing, playing it again. My number one area that I'd be looking at is in this wick right here, right? find that candle that did that. I don't know if it's like, I honestly haven't even looked yet. I will, let's see. What are we looking at? What's that 3 hour look like? 3 hour. All right, hold on. Hold the phone for a second. 4 hour. All right, so I don't want to spend 330 looks pretty decent right there though. Hold on, let's see. I don't want to spend too much time digging. I'll do this later, but let's just see if I can't find that candle. Son of a gun. There she goes. Alrighty. So we'll just see if there's some confluence that we can find in this real quick. uh, I honestly don't know how I find some of these, but it is what it is. No big deal. All right. So all right. So we got that. Hold on. I'm just going to see if we have some confluence in this area. So a 326-minute candle. Let me just screenshot this so I have it. Alrighty. Okay. Now let's just go lower time frame. Let's see what that lines up with. $10-minute 80%. Yeah, golden, bro. Yeah, I like that 45. Hold on, I gotta make this visible on the. Yeah, here we go. So make that visible there. Hold on. It looks like it's on the 45 as well. Like maybe 80% of that 45. Let's see. Smack dab, 80% of the 45. Alrighty. So hold on. We were at. Bear with me. I'm just gonna put this right there. What was that? 326, I said, right? So we're at 80% of the 326 and the 45-minute. We'll just see what we can find on this. Let's go 30. I venture to say it's not going to be 80% of the 30, but I do like that 30-minute candle. Oh, look at Patrick. Did you? I don't think you asked to join the MT5 club though, bro. I don't think you asked. All right, hold on. Let's see. Look at this 20-minute. Let's see. All right, we're pretty close to 80% on that 20. Look at that 15. 80% of the 15. All right. So let's just see if we can find some confluence, right? All right. So, oh, look at that. We got the 10 as well. 80% of the 10. All right. Let's go 9. Let's just walk it down. 9 minutes, the same candle. 8-minute is the same candle. All right. So, and then it's the 7-minute open. All right. So hold on. So we got the 9-minute, the 8-minute, and then it is the 7-minute open. 7-minute open. We've got 6-minute imbalance. Damn, I might have to go back and put some take some screenshots of this. Okay. Let's go right here. All right. So everyone could see the imbalance here on this 6-minute. Let's just see what else it lines up with. 5-minute imbalance, 4-minute imbalance, 3-minute. Let's see, 2-minute. Yep. Let's go 1 minute. All right, let's see the 1 minute. All right, and you know what? There is a seconds time frame schematic in here. I'll just go to the 15-second. Type 2, right? Can everyone see the type 2? So this, yeah. I'm not gonna get too crazy with it, but yeah, here we go. We got our seconds time frame accumulation. So because it's an accumulation, we know that it's a demand zone, right? And here's our trading range. I gotta send this to someone. They're gonna crack up. All right. So here's our trading range, right? We got our selling climax. Let's see, is this visible on the second time frame? Yeah, okay. Selling climax, our secondary test. And then here we go. Secondary test in B. I'll tell you right now, if we break that high, I might just set a low risk on this because we just got way too much confluence in this. All right, and then we got our automatic rally. Okay, so yeah, I don't think it does come back. Let me just make sure it doesn't come back. No, she don't come back. Okay. All right, guys, give me 1 sec. Sorry, let me just throw this over here. Where is? All right, guys, give me 1 sec. All right, sorry, just had to put that in my Discord. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. This is what you were looking at. Let's see. 80% of the 326. Oh, cool. You got the same, man. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. This would be that extreme, absolutely. And this for me would be absolutely. Yep. Yeah. You're looking good with it, bro. Does this need to create a new high? Yeah. We need to make a new high. Yeah. This is only dependent upon that right there. We need to do that, and then we can come back here or come back in here. So yeah. And then we're going to be looking for that. But this needs to get taken right here. We need to make a new high. All right. So how I personally would trade this is when I go to bed tonight, yeah, I would split the risk off of both. I'd put a half my risk here, half for my risk here. And if I wake up in the morning and let's say this happens up here and now we're just trading down, what I would probably do is delete this order, wait for a schematic here, and then leave that order there. That's how I would do it. Yeah. I'm good, bro. I'm good. How do you put a hammer in? How do you put a hammer? If you got a Mac, you can do it on the emoji side. So if you got a Mac, if you just do something like this, hold on. Yeah, if you just open up your thing, if you hit the Control Command and Spacebar key, it brings up all the emojis. So you could put whatever you want. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I may have to start using some different emojis. But yeah. So yeah. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm looking at for old EJ. But again, dependent upon us breaking this high, right? That needs to happen. So yeah, that's actually a pretty tight entry too. I mean, we are talking 4.6 pips. That's not too bad. So, you know, I mean, even up to the previous high, it's a 1 to 15. So it meets my criteria. All right. Oh geez, Patrick's got. Listen, if you open up that link, you're probably going to get a virus on your Windows computer and all that. Yeah. So Control Command Spacebar on a Mac. Control Command Spacebar. Yeah. 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 All right. So, but that's EJ. All right. Everyone good with EJ. No one has any confusion as to why we're bullish on this, right? But we do need to make. Hold on, let me move this over here. There we go. We do need to make this high right here. Hold on. We need to make this high right here. Okay. That is the utmost importance. This high needs to get made. Okay. This high. So what I'd be looking at is we want to see this like that. Then potentially if that's where it goes, and then we go higher. Okay. That's what I want to see. All righty. Uh, if it doesn't break the high, our other entry is still valid. You mean the lower entry? No, I mean I wouldn't have a limit order off of it because it's not the extreme of anything, right? Yeah, this order down here isn't the extreme of anything, and the schematic's already been fulfilled. So at this point, if price comes down, it could come into this area here, right? It could come into this area and then go higher. So yeah, this my limit order here has been deleted. Um, well, it's not that it's been deleted. It's just inactive. And if we pop up here, then like I said, I'm going to split my risk, put half my risk here, the other half right here. Okay. So that's EJ. All right, that's EJ. Let's see. What time do I look at charts for setups prior to New York session? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'll wake up typically between like 5 and 6 a.m. Eastern. And that's when I kind of start looking at the charts. All right. Most of just keep in mind that I'm not like looking for setups. I am I guess looking for setups current, at that time, but I'm not trying to find a setup like out of the blue, right? It's pretty easy because I've already done the work. Just like I did here, right? So I've already done the work. If tomorrow morning we've broken the high, right? If we've broken the high and now we're trading down in here, then tomorrow morning it's just a matter of me just watching price action come into the point of interest or into the entry point. So like I'm not just opening up going to a random pair in the morning and trying to find an entry for that, in the next 30 minutes. So it's something that I've thought out. I've kind of gone through and made the informed decision and weighed my options on what I want to do and prioritize the trade. All right. Do I use volume and momentum for confluence? Um, so yeah, for me, momentum is just order flow and volume is the candles. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Yep. I want to see, especially in a schematic, volume is extremely important for me. I want to see the volume of these candles. I want to see, especially I want to determine who's in control. And the key is before I put risk on, I need to make sure if I'm in an accumulation, I need to make sure before I put risk on that the buyers have taken control. You want to see that changing of hands from weak hands to strong hands and that last change of character. So let's see. It doesn't break the high. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got you, bro. How do you pick a point of interest? How do I pick a point of interest on a higher time frame? Um, Cause and effect, right? The point of interest has to be responsible for either the new high or new low, or it's got to be the extreme of that leg. Yeah, it is the last down candle or last up. It could be. It could potentially be. Yeah, but also look for your slingshot candle. All right. Uh, it's just about finding the candle in the market. Absolutely, bro. That's dude. You hit it on the you hit the nail on the head, man. That's or you hit the head on the nail. There you go. Yeah, yeah. No, that's it. It's schematics and the way if you understand the schematic part and you understand the leg structure part, seeing the market is so much easier. It's less stressful and it makes sense. So you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. All right, so let's get into GA, right? Let's get into GA. So GA, listen, I'm still holding. Yeah, she's at one point I was at a 1 to 114 and the other one was at like a 1 to 136, right? So both positions out of the extreme are there. All right. And um, so we have made from a higher time frame, right? If we go up to the intraday leg, we can see that we have our leg. All right. This was the low. We've made a leg. All right. We've broken above the highs. So now what I'm looking for is this is the slingshot of the higher time frame, right? This is that slingshot price comes in, gives us that pullback and creates that high. So higher time frame, that's our slingshot. On the lower time frame, that's the lower time frame structure, right? That's what's maintaining structure on the lower time frame. So what I am personally waiting for is there is a there is a schematic that is in this area right here. All right. Part of that schematic's already been violated though. And I need us to print a schematic. So this is what I had before. You know, we had this type 2 schematic on the 32nd. You can clearly see this clean type 2 right in here. All right. This has already been violated. So price is already traded into this. Um, so now it's just a matter of if we're going to come down into this block right here. All right. So what I'm currently looking at for GA to add on another position. Let's go 15 minute. What I'm looking at is I want to see us come in here and build a schematic. Right. There is a candle that I'm particularly looking at. It's the 190 minute. All right. So right here, most voluminous candle that I can find, 190. 80% of that candle, right? 80% of this candle lines up pretty nicely right here on the 2-minute. It lines up pretty nicely on the 2-minute. 80% of this 2-minute candle lines up with that 190. And then if you come down to the 1 minute, the 1 minute, there is some imbalance in here. There's a reason for price to go in there. You go down to the 32nd, you'll definitely see a little bit of imbalance below it. And then on the 15-second, there's a really nice candle. All right. So I'm with the opinion that I potentially may set a limit right off of that. Oh, hold on. Let me delete one of these. There we go. There we go. So I may throw a limit right off of this because it would give me about a 3.4. So with my spread, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 4.5 to 5 pip stop loss. All right. So this is where I'm looking. It's in this candle right here, this 2-minute candle. Ultimately, if we're just following order flow at this point, right? Price breaks order flow right here, comes back to mitigate into this small time frame reaccumulation, and then from there just takes off, never comes back to mitigate. So this is where I'm looking specifically right in there. And I may just for the sake of waking up with a smile on my face, I may throw a limit on this tonight before I go to bed and then just reevaluate price in the morning. All right. You could see that it is doing something right now. I'm not really, I'm not going to really care what it's doing until I go to bed. I'll check it. But if this is ultimately the schematic, I'd like to see a spring, a break of structure, come back and mitigate that candle and then go higher. So which could play into that accumulation that was over here that we were looking at lower time frame. So you could see I've got an alert right here, right at this low. All right. So that's honestly the only way I'm going to get into this is off of type 1. I'll take it off of that, the break of structure, mitigation. That'll be my entry right there. Okay. I would have looked at the H4 candle as the extreme, so it's just the SC of the daily. Yes, yeah. It is the SC of the daily. Yeah. On UChef, yeah, we'll go over UChef. If you got a chart, throw the chart. If not, I'll get to it. It's on my watch list. So, not too much going on with UChef though. It's kind of left the area I was looking to sell from. So, but this is kind of what I'm looking at, right? And again, targets. My very first targets would be taking this back up to make a new high, which would be about 275 pips. So off of this, we're looking at a 1 to 83. And then I'm sure everyone knows by now what my overall target for GA is, that 1.85, right? Because if we're in that daily accumulation schematic. So that's GA. It's pretty clear for me. Look at the 7-minute at 169, 80169. Okay, hold on. Let's look. 7-minute. Talking about this one right here? Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not taking a limit. This is the extreme. Actually, hold on. I guess I could delete that. Hold on. This is the extreme right here of the intraday that I would take a limit. If price comes in here, I need a schematic. So yeah. But no, that, I mean, this is a valid accumulation. Yeah, it's a valid accumulation. So can you look at US oil? Bro, I haven't looked at oil in a very, very long time. If we have time at the end, yeah, I will. Can you go over EG? Yeah. EG's on my watch list. We'll go over it. Yeah. Got you, man. Got you. Yeah, no, it's a clean candle. I would be more inclined to maybe like, is that the 14-minute? Hold on. Is that the 14-minute? No, 13-minute. Let's look at the 12. 13 minutes, pretty much the closest thing. Yeah. I wonder what the 16 looks like. There she goes. 16. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter for me. I need the schematic. I would need the schematic in there. So, but yeah. That area is where I'm looking. Okay. Did I go over UCAD? Not yet. No, not yet. So, when you say you've already done the work, is that just, yeah, it is from previous day. Yep. Yeah. There you go, man. Awesome. All right. So let's get into pendings, right? So EU for me is still pending. I am still looking where, oh, wait, this is UCAD. Hold on. Let's go to EU. I am still waiting. Now, price, if it ever gets back, I was looking in this area right here. All right. We had a really nice schematic lower time frame. That was a distribution turned reaccumulation. So this is where I was looking. It's 50% of the 5-minute candle, which also lines up with this 1 minute. It's a really nice, easy schematic that was in here. If we do come back into it, this is definitely going to be a limit order for me that I'll definitely put in. What I do want to see though is I was pretty happy with the fact that we broke this high. So it just kind of confirms the bullishness on EU that I wanted, right? I've been bullish on EU for a while, so you could see this is what maintained the intraday leg structure for it to be bearish. So we violated that, which is great, and we plowed right through it. So higher time frame, right? Higher time frame. I'm bullish on EU. What do? We ultimately, now I know I've been talking about it for weeks, but this is what's maintaining bullishness, right? This reaccumulation. So this is our leg, right? That's our leg. And we came now, I wanted to come into the H5, but we have come in to the extreme of the leg, and now I want us to take this out. If we could take this out, great. I will be looking for a hedge in this area. All right. I will tell you that. I will be looking for a hedge just to see if I can get into a sell on it, but it's only if I can position myself in a buy. All right. If I could position myself in a buy, I'll take it. But this is an area where I'd be looking specifically right in here. All right. If you go to the 12-minute, you'll look at the 12-minute candle. We had a distribution in here. But we're a ways from that, right? We're a ways from that. So I would be, like I said, I'd be waiting for price to either come in here, give us a schematic, or I have this limit order set. All right. Those are my two things that I'm going to be looking at. All right. Order flow, definitely bullish, right? Definitely bullish. Okay. And if you just ultimately, if you follow what price is doing, we have on the lower time frame, we have this to this to this to this, ultimately to that. So this is still what is maintaining bullishness on the lower time frame. All right. What time frames are best for marking up? Whichever ones you want, man. Yeah. So a boof is just a minor break of structure. No, a boof is just a break of order flow. Yeah. I really don't. I don't have a minor break of structure. To me, a minor break of structure is like, man, I don't even know how to describe what a minor break of structure is. Yeah. I mean, it's either break structure or it doesn't. That's how I look at it. Yeah. Are you looking at for IC candles with most volume when looking through the? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And not so much. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It's I'm looking for the move that the institutions initiated to create their final play, you know. So that's what I'm looking for. Uh yeah. Did we tap the extreme for EU? What time frame did we tap it? I mean, if you want to count like the open of the candle, hold on. I'll see. What do we do? We did so hold on. I know we came into the open of the 5 hour. Yeah, so you could see this is the 5 hour right here. Um, and we tapped into the 5 hour, um, past the open. I was looking for price actually at the 80% of it. And then what's the 6 hour? Yeah, the 5 hour looked cleaner. 5 hour looked cleaner. But and if you go up to, I think the daily or the 3 day, hold on. What's that 3 day look like? Yeah, so you could see we tapped into the 3 day, right? We tapped into the 3 day. So this is, I mean, we did for all intents and purposes, right? I'm pretty confident, especially with the way the reaction we're getting, that we can just go up from here. And then now this becomes, once we break that high, this will become what maintains bullishness. Okay. So yeah, yeah. All right, hold on, bro. Let me catch up. Is there a resource for to recommend teaching hedging? Honestly, how I did it was I back tested it and demo traded it for like 2 months straight. And what I did was I call it like machine gun demoing, like every schematic that I could find, any position I could find. There was no like risk management as far as like maximum loss or anything like that. It was I just did I did a 1/4% of my account size, and I did every trade I could find and hedged it. Just working on where I could potentially get into entries, where I was taking partials, how to manage it. I didn't trade live for those like it was more like 6 weeks. I didn't trade live for 6 weeks because that was just going to be way too much for me to try to manage and organize. But that's ultimately how I did it. Um, let's see, every time frame. But when I started, you played off okay. So you played off the 15-minute train your eyes. Okay, yeah, yeah, yep. This is not the SC, but do you look at this as a POI? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I do because it's a reaccumulation. Yeah, yeah. This area right here is a reaccumulation. Yeah, it's not my favorite point of interest, but if price does come in here and give a schematic during London or New York, right? I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Um, the buy would be higher time frame pro trend and the sell. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, the sell would be pro trend, right? Intraday pro trend until this gets violated. So that's why I'm looking for the sell. And if the sell doesn't pan out and we make this high, guess what? Yeah, it's all buys from there. All buys. Okay. Um, let's see what you got here on EU. Uh, yeah, I mean, if I would just be very cautious about a distribution there. Like the distribution has to make sense, right? It has to make sense. So for me, where I'd be looking for the distro we would have to wait for price to get up here, or in my case, this is where I really want to get it right in here. So yeah. This is a reaccumulation, right? Not a distro on EU. This is a reaccumulation. What are you talking about, bro? On what? Um, 8225. 8225. Oh, no, no, yeah, yeah. It's because I was looking at distribution on it. Hold on. Let me see if it's still marked in there. Yeah, I deleted the markings, but this was a distribution turned reaccumulation. So yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I just stopped looking at it. You could see I had my alert right here. Hold on. What's it say? Yeah, distro break. So I had the alert if this was going to be a distro that, I'd get something off of that. So yeah. Yeah. So this is a reaccumulation. There we go. And you know what? Hold on, let me get. There we go. Okay, cool. Yep, good catch, bro. Good catch. Do you use a wicked IC candle as a POI anytime? A wicked institutional candle? Um, no, I try to find the one with very little wick. In the monthly open too. Yeah. You know how you said price can react off higher time frame 1592, even off the extreme, but wouldn't you need a schematic there anyway because the huge stop loss? You mark up the daily instead of the entire candle to see a schematic in. So why mark up that daily or weekly instead of the entire candle? The daily and the weekly, because I want to find, I want to refine it. So even though we're inside the daily, I want to find the reason inside of that daily where I can potentially take something off of. Yeah, I mean, just I don't need to go on the daily to find the extremes. Sometimes you can find it on the 1 hour, right? You can just see the leg. Well, you set a limit on C. I'm going to look at Chef JPY off that 15-minute distro. Yeah, I'm going to look. I think it is the extreme of it. So I'm going to take a look at it next. Why would you put a buy limit there on EU, not around 7,200, 1,7,200, 1,7,200? Talking about down here, right in here. Yeah. Yeah, because we would then break the leg. You know what I mean? So here, let's just look at it like this. So price ultimately did this to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. So if we break this, have we broken structure? No, because we're still bearish. Like all of this is just order flow, right? So we've got bearish structure, and now we've got bearish order flow. And then you expect price to react off of this to now go and fight all of that momentum. Yeah, for me, if we're gonna continue up, it's got to be from this area or this area. We cannot break this. If we break this, then chances are we're going to sweep below that. Yeah. So because we are bearish, right? We're bearish on that intraday. We're bearish until we take out this right here. Right? We're bearish until we take out this. So that's why I'm not looking at that. All right. And just, will that ever come back into play? Absolutely. Right? Because if price ends up breaking this high, then this area down here is the extreme that price can come into to go higher, right? Just like EJ did, just like GA has done, right? So those are the extreme. I have a marked up 4-hour candle supply zone. Oh, you have a marked up 4-hour supply zone? Okay. Talking about up in here? That's the only area I'd be looking at in here. I think there was a distro. It looks like a distro in there. Yeah. 2 hours left. Cheese, man. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Could you show a schematic A to Z from start? Where do you find one, etc.? Yeah. If we come across it, sure. Yeah. All right. So that's EU. So EU, we're gonna move along, man. EU is, for me, if we get in here, actually, I'm gonna move this up. If we get in here and we get a schematic in here, yeah, I would be willing to take it. If not, I want to come down here. All right. So, and this happened yesterday. So we're only a day away from this. So we can easily do that. Okay. UCAD. Now UCAD is definitely getting closer to my entry. All right. I will, like I said, I am going to set this limit before I go to bed. Higher time frame. Listen, UCAD's bearish as can be higher time frame, right? We are literally walking this down. This is what maintains bearish structure right here. Okay, that's what maintains bearish structure. Nobody's confused by that, right? This was the low of the leg. We made this leg here. So that's what maintains bearish structure. Let's see. I don't know yet. I'm going to get to Chef JPY. I'm going to see if I'm going to set it. I don't know yet. I'm going to look to see what's happened. Bro, it's 2020. I think 2019 it's been bearish since. So we are in an active distribution though, right? I mean, I know we covered this last week. So we are in active distribution. We're in a clean distro, right? And just pay attention to what the distro is doing, right? So we had our up thrust after distribution. We broke, not only did we break structure here, but we broke below this low. And whatever we've been doing, we've just been making lower lows and lower lows. So this is an example of order flow right here. So this is ideally what is maintaining lower time frame bearish structure. So that's what I want. I want to tap in to that candle. And ideally what I want to get into is that 15-minute right here. So 15-minute, it's 80% of the 20-minute, 50% of the 5 and the 3 is where I'm going to set my limit. And obviously my first area that I'm going to be targeting right down here, this low, right? Just like all you guys that caught that sell from here. Awesome. I mean, I don't even know what that was. What was that? Like a 1 to 80? Hold on. That was 1 to 80. 1 to 80 when price came in here. So, definitely partials should have been taken here. Partials should have been taken here. And we're just walking this down, Overall, my targets are, I think, the 3-day or the daily. Hold on. Yeah, right here. My targets are into this daily. I want to get into this daily, 3-day daily candle right in here. All right. So we're just walking it down. Okay. Skydive. Yeah. Can you get some UCAD limits? Okay, cool. Let's see. Yeah, bro. Yep. Absolutely. I had this set on Friday, this one here. And I ended up I didn't get back on the charts till this morning. So obviously this morning that happened like that. So, but I know a couple of the guys that caught this, definitely a lot of guys that were up during London caught that. So UCAD sells have been really nice. It's been panning out pretty nicely. And like I said, I mean, I want to say I've been staring at these UCAD cells for a couple of days, over a week now, since we came into the slingshot candle here and then just kind of walked it down. So good job. Forgot to go. Yeah. No worries. You're still holding. Good. All right. Is it just, is the Discord link working? It won't let you join. Yeah, hold on. I'll get you a new one. There you go. Let's see. Let us see. It should be. I know a couple of people have been having issues with it. So hold on. Let me see if I can, hold on. I'm going to paste it from my computer onto the page here. There you go. All right. Yeah. That's the public Discord one. There you go. Gracias, bro. You got it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, hold on. I guess I sent it directly to you, bro. There you go. There we go. Yeah. So those are the Discord links. All right. Cool. Perfect. All right. We're caught up. Hey. All right. So that's UCAD. All right. UCAD. It's just a matter of just, I'm going to set the limit. I'll tell you right now. I will, before I go to bed, that limit will get set. And I'm off of 80% of the 20. It's relatively about a 2.5 pip stop. My first targets are down here. So it'd be a nice little 1 to 38, just running that to the new low and then getting into that daily candle. Okay. All right. Now let's get into the watch list. So I am looking. So AU, I don't know if you guys saw this, but AU gave a pretty decent sell during Asian, and much like Asian, nothing holds during Asian, but it did give a pretty nice distro right in here that came down to that buy area. I wanted price to see if price was going to break through here. Ultimately it didn't, and we made a new high, right? So we do have that high that's broken. Okay. So price came in here, made a new low, which meant this, right? This was maintaining bearish structure, and we've now violated that. All right. So now this is what's maintaining bullishness. So I have some targets down here, these two right here in particular. I have some targets down here that I'm watching. If price trades back down into here, this is just our slingshot, right? This is our slingshot that if price comes in here would require a schematic to go higher. If not, I want us to come down in here. All right. So AU for me, it's just kind of a wait and see game. I do, I don't mind if price goes a little higher at this point. I don't mind it one bit. But I will be looking for price in here for a buy, but I need to see a schematic. And then I have some limits down here, but the limits down there are way away. So I'd be looking at something like this. So relatively 7.5 pips is what I'm looking from down there. And the areas that I'm looking at are right in here. So it's off the seconds time frame, but we have these 2 points of interest right here that I'm looking at. We had a schematic, right? We had a schematic, but then right in here, if you go to the 15-second, we had a really nice schematic in there. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but this was the 15-second schematic that we had, right? Selling climax, test in B, LPS after the break, LPS. So this is the area I'm looking. All right. That's where I'm looking. But we're a ways from that. That's something I'm going to keep my eye on. My alarm went off. It said BO. Yep. I wasn't going to trade it during Asian. Yeah, I know, man. Yep. After I sent you this privately last night. Yeah. Let's see what you got, bro. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. No, it was a nice move. It was a nice move. I was waiting for the buy. It missed my limit order. I wanted, well, I didn't even have the limit order. By the time I'll be honest, by the time I woke up, I had the idea to buy it. And by the time I woke up this morning, it was long gone. So I wanted us to come a little deeper just because I didn't want this stop loss. Like this was a 7 pip. Yeah, 7 pip stop loss. And I wanted to come into that 5 minute is what I was looking at. Yeah, I wanted to come deeper into this 5 minute. So I was looking at like that 80%. So yeah, but it was good play. It was a good play. No, slingshot candle is just the candle that creates the new high or the new low. Yeah. The candle that takes off after the spring or the UTAD. That's just the candle. Yeah. Oh, you didn't get an entry? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still looking in here, right? If we come in here, this was a schematic. All right. If we come in here, that's where I'm going to actually hold on. Yeah. See, I was looking to see if we're going to get a distro out of this. This turned it into a reaccumulation, but here's your schematic right here. All right. If price comes in here, that's what I'm going to be looking for. All right. I'm going to be looking for price to come in here and give me an accumulation to take this higher. All right. So AU for me is pretty simple. Wait for the schematic in here, or I'm going to take the limit order down here. All right. So I'm just going to kind of wait and see. I did have an alert here. Hold on. There we go. All right. Let's see. I couldn't get it. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's get to Patrick's CAD chef here. There is a BOS on the 4 hour, so that's valid. Nope. Yeah. You're right. Yep. You're right. We did break, right? You could see that actually, hold on. Let me delete this. We did have the break of structure. So, ultimately what I'm going to be looking for, right? So when we're looking at the legs, right? What's our legs? This ultimately here is what I'm going to be looking at to see if we can get a distribution to take this lower, right? So yeah, AU is very, especially after this accumulation that failed, right? Because we ultimately got this move downward, disregarding that accumulation. I'm just going to be a little I'm a little cautious with AU. All right. Uh, yeah, we're gonna look at CAD Chef right now. All right, let's dive into CAD Chef. So CAD Chef higher time frame. Let's see. So CAD Chef higher time frame. You could see we're in this distribution area. All right. Um, and the only reason I'll tell you right now, the only reason I'm looking at CAD Chef, I don't remember the last time I looked at CAD Chef, is Patrick wants to trade this. So we're gonna take a look at it. So we had from a leg perspective, we're bullish, right? Intraday, we're bullish. All right. You can see that's our leg right here. If you haven't trained your eye yet, this is what an accumulation looks like, lower time frame off a 4 hour. All right. And where I'm looking, let's get back over here. Where I'm looking, let's see, let's go to the 15-minute. So we have that 15-minute candle in here, right? But if we go to the 12-minute, 12-minute looks a whole lot cleaner to me, right? So we have 80% and 50% of the 12-minute. All right. One's a 1.4, the other's a 3.2. So now let's start diving into it and let's see. All right. So what happened down here, lower time frame? All right. So you can see the 50% will be an imbalance fill for all of this. 6-minute, same thing in balance fill. We got some nice confluence on that 50%, but there is reason for market to go down into that 80%. Specifically like that 3 minutes, like it's 50% of the 3-minute, right? We can get into the 2-minute. It's 50% of this 2-minute right here. And then we go to the 1-minute and we have imbalance on the 1-minute, right? We have imbalance on the 1-minute. And if we kind of just pay attention to what happened, we do have a valid schematic here, right? All right. All right. We do have a valid schematic in here. You can see the break right here off the type 4. Price comes in, LPS. So this is the last point where buyers got into the market. So I'm looking in this area here. The only thing is whether or not I'm going to take the 80% or the 50%, or if you're going to split it. If you're not happy with the 3.2 pip stop, then go off that 80%. But we do have a valid clean area to go off of here, and ideally targets for me are going to be taking it up to make a new high, right? To make a new high. That's what I'll be looking at doing. Actually, wait, hold on. Let's get out of replay mode. Yeah, to make a new high. So the new high is going to be right here. So about 160 pips. So that's a 1 to 50 off that 50%. That's what I'm going to be looking at, right? Because this is this is what's maintaining intraday structure right here. Okay. Intraday structure, price made this move to this move to this move. So this is what's holding it up. So this is something that I would potentially be looking for entry. I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm going to put a limit order on it, just because this isn't a higher time frame structure, right? This isn't a higher time frame extreme. This is just the intraday. And price, you could see price can come down a significant amount, right? We could see this come down. So I'm not entirely sure yet I'm going to do this. Let's see, just follow this. Yeah. It's lower time frame. So if anything, I'll tell you, like I may just do a reduced risk on it because it's not higher time frame extreme yet. But yeah, I do like it. If you go to that 12-minute, you'll find the entry. So just put a fib on that 12-minute candle and you decide whether or not you're going to take it off the 50 or the 80, or even if you want to take it off the open of it, it's entirely up to you. So price is right now from the 50%, price is about 37 pips from it. Okay. You're going to put your rent on it. Yeah. You know it, bro. You know it. Yeah. So I like it. I like CAD Chef. Yeah. It works. Perfect, perfect. All right, that's CAD Chef. Let's take a look at CAD J, right? So CAD J is in a distribution. All right. We did tap into the 3-day. So you could see we did tap into the 3-day. Okay. And we are in there's bearish divergence on CAD Chef on the RSI. On the RSI? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So on CAD JPY, you know, I don't want to counter trend trade this because ultimately, what are we? We're bullish, right? I mean, this is the leg to here, right? This is what's maintaining bullishness right now. But ultimately, that's about 130 pips down. All right. So from current price. So what do we have? We have a type 2 schematic. This is our slingshot that created that break. All right. So if price comes in here, I'll be looking for a distribution. All right. I'll be looking for a lower time frame distribution. And this is the schematic that I'm going to be looking, right? So anything in the 8,800 range right in here. I've got the alert set. If we trade up there, then I need a schematic right in here. All right. I would need a schematic to play off of that. And then obviously targets would be working to go down so I can get into a buy. All right. Be working this down to get into a buy. And ideally, this is the area I'd be targeting right in here. Okay. This is a clean accumulation that occurred here. And this accumulation was the cause of this new high. So this is the extreme. So if price gives me a reason to sell, I'm selling and I'll be waiting for a buy in here. All right. Because this is going to be the extreme. Okay. Yeah. So that's CAD-J. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So I didn't mark it, but yeah. So you have LPSY, and then LPSY, right? So, ultimately this is that major sign of weakness that you want to see, right? You got the minor sign, minor sign, minor sign. Here's your major sign of weakness. All right. Yeah. Let's see. How about that 15-minute candle above the So we'll take a look at it, but the question is, what did that candle do? Let's see. Talk about this one here. Yeah, I mean, so the question is, where did it break structure? So give me a second here. Hold on. Let's look. All right. So price makes this high, then makes this high, which makes this the low. So if you're going to count that 1 pip as a break of structure, then this is actually the slingshot. This is the extreme of the slingshot, right? So this entire thing is your slingshot. If that's the case, then this redistribution that occurred in here was the mitigation of that. So I wouldn't be too, I wouldn't be too keen on taking that, and I know like simple smart money traders would be looking at all of this as liquidity. And this is the FU candle that took liquidity that mitigated into this candle. The problem with that is, where did sellers get in the market, right? And for me, this is where sellers filled orders, right? This was a fill of an order. This was a fill in of an order, right? This was all, last point of supply. More orders were filled here. This right in here. This right in here. This was a small time distribution that occurred in here. So this is the key area that I'd be looking at. Yeah. Let's see. This is what I had. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What you got, bro? So you're looking for the buy out of here? Yeah. I mean, you could. It's pro trend. It's pro trend. So absolutely. Yeah. I have a hard time buying it from there. That's my only problem. I have a hard time buying it from here. But you've got, it looks like an accumulation going on right now. As long as it doesn't break this low, and that's the problem. Like we're in the heart of Asian session. So, I mean, you've got a schematic in there. Let's see. Well, yeah, I hate Asian session, man. This thing is horrible. Yeah, I mean, you've got a schematic playing out, but like I'm not taking a limit off of this. Here's your schematic, right? Selling climax, secondary test, um, maybe another secondary test, and then another secondary test. I mean, you could call this maybe the spring. I mean, we can argue and say that that was just weak volume, but I hate the fact how we lingered in here, you know. But yeah, this is your schematic. I really I want nothing to do with this during Asian session. So um check smart money masters took KJ with 40 pips dollar G's. Why sometimes market creates equal highs or equal lows? Why does it do it? That's just where buyers or sellers came into the market, you know. Just think it's just resistance or support, you know. So like if you know, like if let's just say that, right? Let's just say that buyers got in here, buyers got in here, buyers got in here. What do most people want to do? They're going to put another buy order here because they're expecting price to do this, right? And it could. The market could do that. You know, remember that the only time that liquidity gets grabbed by an FU candle is when an institution wants to fill their orders in these price points, right? If the institutions don't need to fill their orders there, if their last order gets filled right here, hold on, where's undo? If their last order gets filled right here, guess what? We leave equal lows and off we go. You know, it's all about how much money and how many orders they need to fill. So, yeah, timing. Yeah. Could you go over XRP if we can? Yeah, we'll look at XRP, bro. Yeah. Just remind me at the end. But yeah, so that's CAJ. Yeah, you know, I agree with you. I want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it from here, man. I want to buy it from a little lower. I want to buy it from down here. This is where I want to buy it from, down here. So if it can get me that down there, great. If not, you know, it is what it is. I'll play it out. So Chef JPY daily, let's see. So we're in this daily distribution. And as long as, so I'll just mark this out. This is what's maintaining structure right here, right? This is what's maintaining structure. So off the 15-minute, I guess I can move this up now. This is the intraday leg right here. And I can move this. Okay, there we go. So this was ultimately this was that slingshot area that I needed a schematic. And honestly, we never really got anything. I thought that this was going to be the schematic, but what did this schematic fail to do? It failed to break this low, right? We thought about it, right? Had this pushed lower, then I would have taken an entry from here. And then all honestly we've been doing is what? Making higher highs and higher lows, right? So I potentially let's get into this. Hold on, let me see. I'll see if I'm going to put a limit order on this or not. I'll tell you right now. So I'm looking, I had this limit order a while ago. I was looking at this 15-minute candle. So we have a larger distribution and then a smaller distribution, a fractal distribution inside of phase B into phase C. All right. Everyone can see the buying climax, the secondary test, the up thrust, and then the UTAD. So let's see. Yeah. My only, I mean, this is the extreme, You know what I mean? So this is what's maintaining price. If price, I'll tell you right now, I probably will just throw this limited in, because if price does violate this, then the entire distribution falls to pieces. So we are, let's see, we are relatively 13 pips. Geez, man, I just hate this timing. If price doesn't get in there by the time I go to bed in about an hour and a half, I'll set this limit. I'll set this limit just because this is the extreme of the leg, and then ultimately, if this gets broken, then we know that we're in a reaccumulation, so we're talking, man, it's 9 flipping pips. We're talking 9 pips. Target's going to be this low down here. So it's about 200 pip move down. Yeah. Let's see. I set the limit. Let's see. Yeah. The break of structure for a reaccumulation would be the extreme. The break of structure. Let's see. Hold on. Let us see. Let's go to the daily. We'll confirm it right now. So just keep this in mind, right? On the daily time frame, we are bullish, right? Leg to leg to leg, right? We are bullish. Okay. This was just an attempt out of a clean distribution to get this down. For me, this would validate. This would validate that would validate the reaccumulation, because we had a high, we had a low, or I'm sorry, 2 highs right here. This was the low that broke here. Okay, so now we're bearish. We made a new low. No, hold on. I did it wrong. Give me a second here. Let me get in here. Let's look at this. So we have, because this was actually, I got you. Hold on. So we had this to this leg. This was the true break right here. So bearish here. Yeah. So if we break this right here, if we break this high, it confirms reaccumulation. And then I'd be looking for a buy potentially in here. If price comes back down in here, I'd be looking to buy it up. All right, bro. Have a go, man. Later, man. Later. Going on 9 straight bullish daily closes would be time for. Yeah. No, it is. It is. I mean, it is. I mean, just look at the weekly. I mean, the weekly is showing really, really good signs of distribution. Yeah. 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 And I'll tell you right now, like, I want to see it come back into this trend line. I want to see another touch into this trend line. So we're, I would say that the only reason that I am a little hesitant about taking this trade off of this is the timing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want us to be in here during Asian session, because I don't trust Asian session. Had this been London Open, yeah, I'd be putting a limit order on that. So that's the only thing. So that's Chef JPY. The next one that I've got on my list is pound Swiss franc, and I don't remember who was looking. Who in the group was looking at pound Swiss franc? Somebody was looking at this. There you go, bro. Yeah. So we've got a distribution that came out of pound Swiss franc. All right. Ideally, if this low gets taken, because this is the leg, right? If this low gets taken, then if we see this, I'll tell you right now, I'm setting a limit off of this extreme. I will. We had a really nice higher time frame distribution that happened out of that. And where I'd be looking, the 6-hour candle is my favorite candle on it. Right? This 6-hour candle is our UTAD candle. 80% of that lines up with 80% of the 4-hour, lines up with 80% of the 3-hour. You could see the imbalance that would be filled right there. If we go down to the 1 hour, can anyone tell me what they see in here? It's a distro. Yeah, yeah, it's a distro. Yep, it's a distro in there. So this is like how you save your time a lot, or save yourself a lot of time in marking up stuff, because you can immediately see that that's a distro. So if I go down to the 1 minute, there's your distro. All right, that's your distro, clean distro. All right, preliminary supply. Here's your trading range, right? Trading range, buying climax, test, test, up thrust, test, UTAD. UTAD does what? Breaks, comes right in here. I think it was like the 4 minute 50% of the 4 minute candle is what it did. Hold on, 4 minute, I think. Yeah, 50% of the 4 minute candle is what it tapped into. And then what do we do from there? So this is your test, makes a new low, LPSY, and then falls off. So this is the last, that yellow box is the last point where sellers got into the market. And what did Andy have? Like 25%, 25 minute, I think. Yeah. So this 25 minute right here is kind of the area that I would be looking at. Let's see. Yeah, 25 minute. Yeah. So I do like, I haven't traded, I honestly can't tell you the last time I traded pound chef. But I do like it out of this distribution. And of course, this is the slingshot, right? Price comes here, creates the slingshot, then breaks that intraday structure. So ideally, I want to see what happens. This is an area where demand is sitting, right? You had schematic, actually you had a schematic in there with the schematic in here. All right. So I want to see if price, not that I need this to break right now, price comes up here. Obviously, I'd be looking for a distro here. And depending on the stop loss, I would just, I'd be looking at a limit out of that. Easier to see on the higher. Yep, it is. It is. Yep, super clean. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I've got a limit, or not a limit, but I got my alert set right here. I mean, we're a ways from it. We're like 180 pips away from that. Pound Swissy just, or yeah, it decided it was going to fall from the sky today during New York session. So, but this is a clean distro. I would definitely go back and take a look at it. This is a reaccumulation, right? This is a reaccumulation. So just keep your eyes on it. You know, this is, like I said, overall, here's your trading range, right? Climax, test, 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 creek, right? And then, like I said, you had an accumulation that happened in here, an accumulation that happened in here, lots of buyers sitting right here, right in here. So like 2,800 to like 28,400, lots of buyers sitting here. So if price shows an accumulation in here, right? I'll tell you right now, I'd be looking for a buy simply because this is pro trend, right? I'd be looking for a buy. So those are the two options, right? We come up into here, I'll definitely entertain selling it. I definitely will set a limit order on this if we violate this. If we trade below here and we violate that, absolutely, I'll be looking for sells. Okay. What do you got here, bro? Let's see. Why do you use Awanda instead of FXCM? Oh, bro, somebody answer that for him, man. Shed some light on this, on our FXCM woes. So you took it off the 20 minute. What off the 20 minute? Yeah, bro. I don't play. Oh, I see. Yeah, you took it off this 20 minute right here. Yeah, for me, no. Yeah, for me, it wasn't confirmed yet because we hadn't broken structure yet. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, this was structure, right? Ultimately, I needed price to break below here. So, and not that I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with playing it off that order block, but I'm not one that just sets limits off order blocks. I need to see something off of it. Yeah. Let's see. Uh, no, I don't use FXCM. FXCM's data is crap. It's garbage. They have if you compare the candles, if you really get down and compare the candles, FXCM's candles are different, and you're going to miss a lot of entries. Right? If those of you guys that were watching were like following me back in maybe like August, September, October, and we noticed that we were missing a lot of entries, and then once we came to Awanda, we started catching a lot more entries. That's why. Yeah, FXCM's feeds, the candles are different. So just I mean, just look at it, test it out yourself. Awanda's been funky with some JPY pairs with Wix. Yeah, yeah. No, they have been, especially around changeover. Around changeover, it's when it happens. That's why between 5 and 6 p.m. I don't even care about that candle. As far as I'm concerned, that could be just a void in space. Um, oh, I got you. I got you. What it reacted from? Yeah, yeah. So I mean, at the end, what is? Yeah, I got you. I got you. What do we call this? Like what did that candle do? That candle's the slingshot, right? That candle's the slingshot. So because ultimately inside of the schematic we had this high to this high to this high, right? So that means low. And here's a great example, right? So we had this high that does what? That breaks. So how many people took a sell from here and got clapped, right? So because that's order flow. This is simply order flow. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I'll tell you right now. That's why I personally would have, that's why I've got my trading range, and that's what I needed to break. Um, yeah, order flow will run you all over the place if you're not following it correctly. EJ, check EJ on FXCM. Oh, I don't even want to know, bro. I haven't been on FXCM's thing in a long time. Listen, FXCM was bad enough that I complained to Awanda. Look at these wicks, bro. And then hold on, let me just see. Let's go to Awanda. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ever since October, I made that determination, and yeah, NZD and Awanda. Yeah, yeah. No, no, it does. They do. I'm not gonna lie about that. You'll get, especially during New York session, you'll get a crazy candle every now and then. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. GN. So GN for me, like I'm still bullish on this. I just want it to come down, right? Like we've been right. Here's the leg, right? We had the break right here. This is your leg, right? This is your leg. Um, so ideally, I want this is the slingshot that I've just been waiting. GN. I don't know how long this has been. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 15 days. Been waiting GN 15 days. I need it to come down here. So like 94.20 is where I got an alert. We come down in here, get a schematic. I'm taking it up, and I'm going to take it up to this high. All right, but higher time frame. Just look at what this 4 hours doing. Right. I mean, we're bullish order flow, bullish structure. Right. So when you look at this, what is maintaining structure? This is what's maintaining structure. Right. That wick right in here. So this is the slingshot that created this next leg up. So I know it looks like a distribution that's occurring in here. I was actually looking for a sell, just didn't make sense for me because the stop loss. So I didn't take it. But now I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for it to come back into this area here, and then I want to buy it up. All right. And then if you just look at daily, right? Like I said, what do? We have we have violated the slingshot area, right? We've taken out this high. So just look at the daily. Like we want to see price come back into here. This is a reaccumulation, right? We want to see price come back into here. And what's our next move? We want to come up into this area here, which ultimately is 700 pips just to get up to the round number of 200, right? This candle right here. If we go from here to here, that is, oh shoot, that's 600 pips just in itself right there. All right. Um, so that's what I'm waiting for on GN. And where's my alert? Hold on. I think my alerts have been going away. Hold on. Yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for on GN. Now GU. All right, so GU. What were we looking at GU for? We want to see. I know I want to see a potential buy. All right, hold on. Let's get a higher time frame. Let's see. GU sell. Yeah, but I don't know yet, Patrick. I don't know. I know we were looking at this distro in here, right? I know we're looking at that distro in there, but let's look at it like this. So first question you got to ask yourself, what is we know higher time frame we're bullish, right? We were looking for price to come into the extreme here to make the next leg up. Okay. Higher time frame we're bullish. Intraday, right? Intraday, we have this low to here, right? So this is what's maintaining that bearish structure on the intraday. But what's the order flow, right? Order flow is now doing this complex pullback that we're like this. So this is truly what is maintaining bullishness right now, right? Tried playing off the 1 minute accumulation. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. If I'm a betting man, I'm guessing it was off of this right here. That's what you tried playing off of? Yep. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you why I felt like it wasn't gonna. It wasn't. We looked at it this morning, and it wasn't my favorite setup. Um, but yeah, we'll take a look at it. Took a break even on GU buy this morning. Yeah, no. We'll take it. We can go into it. Yeah, we'll look at it. Can you look at UJ possible 5 minute schematic? What phase is it in on the 5 minute? And then I'll tell you how much time we're going to have. 5 minute schematic normally takes a couple hours. So we'll take a look at it. 80% looks interesting on the H4. Let's see what you got. Let's see. Oh, yeah. You mean, yeah, this one right here? Yeah. I'm, yep. Oh, the lower one? For a, oh, wait, down here. Talking about down here? Yeah, I don't know which H4 you're looking at yet. 370 level. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, right here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's where I'm looking for the buy as well. Yeah. There's 2 points of interest that I'm looking at, right? So remember, this is just order flow, right? This is just order flow. We did have this distribution that occurred here that happened in the area I was looking for. This is what's maintaining bullish order flow currently. So we're in a conundrum, right? We're higher time frame bullish, intraday bearish, current order flow is bullish. Okay. So ideally, yes, if we trade into here, this area right here, or even potentially this area, because this is a reaccumulation that caused what? That caused the high. So these are the 2 areas right here that I'd be looking at price to give us an accumulation. All right. One of the main reasons why this wasn't my favorite area to buy from this morning is for those of you guys that were looking at buys from it. Let me ask you, what was the reason you came down to the lower time frame to take this buy? That would be my question. And for me, I know probably you guys are going to say that because this was something that caused that high, right? But let's go up to, hold on, let's see. It was the most recent buy SC, but no. But so what did that SC cause? Right. So this is here, and this is maybe something that you guys can back test. So this was the previous high, right? This was the previous high. So price, the cause of this high came out of here, not out of here, correct? Right? So what was this to this? And for me, nothing, right? This is nothing. This is the cause of the break of structure, right? The break of structure came out of that that area. So this is the extreme of the leg. This is the slingshot reaccumulation that caused it. So for me this morning, like what is that point of interest? Nothing. That's all that was. Like I don't consider this a pullback, and for me, because this traded below that, does that mean that we are now bearish? No, because this is still what is maintaining bullishness, right? So for me, when I saw that, I mean, it wasn't high on my priority list. I mean, I entertained it. I said, okay, well, if we break above here, I'll take a look at it, but first of all, like just the price action in it wasn't something I really wanted to see. I was looking to see if we came into 50% of something, which we came pretty close to it. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. Let's see, you came in off the 10-minute, you said. Hold on, where were you? Let me see the 10-minute you took it in off of. You came off this 10-minute. I gotcha. Yeah. Just when you journal this, just go back and take a look at it. Because the way I was looking at this was this was just order flow, right? Order flow, right? Order flow. That's it. It really it didn't do anything, right? We didn't cause a new high, new low. It wasn't a point of structure. Yeah, like I wasn't too happy with it this morning, and that's why like we looked at it. I want to say we probably spent like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes looking at it this morning. And yeah, I just nothing really gave me anything out of it. I didn't really like the price action. I didn't like the location. And again, just going back to it, right? This was the cause of the break, not this, right? And you have to ask yourself, so if I'm going to play off of this because this is a slingshot, so then would you say that if price breaks this low that you're bearish on it? And for me, I'm not yet, right? I need us to break below here for me to be bearish on this because the order flow is still intact. All right. Let's see. The fact it was created a higher high. Yeah. So, and here, I mean, I'm going to make a t-shirt that says this, right? Structure is not higher highs and higher lows, right? It has nothing to do with highs and lows. Trust me. Structure is not highs and lows. Not every high and low means anything. All right. It's the legs, right? So when price makes a new leg high or a new leg low, then that means something. But every high and low of the market is not structure. If you kind of just think about that, it makes sense. All right. Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. Lower time frame is just order flow. Yeah. It's just order flow. I mean, just look at it. Let's what, here. Let me give you an example. Let's go back to UCAD for 2 seconds. Right? Let's go to UCAD. All right. So let's talk about UCAD here. Hold on. Was it UCAD? It was UCAD. Hold on. Maybe on the daily. Yeah. Here we go. Right. Let's talk about UCAD. All right. So, and let's just look at it from a 4-hour perspective. All right. So we break this low, right? We break this low. Great. So we're looking for sells, and then we make a new low right here, right? We make a new low. So now let's pretend we're going to play off of this, and what happens? Boom, we get clapped. So now we're like, wait a minute, we just took this high. So now we're going to look for buys. So we're going to look for buys from down here. Guess what? Boom, we get clapped. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. So now we're going to be looking for sells because we made a new low, right? So let's look for sells maybe from, wherever. All right. Let's just say from here. Even, you know what? I'll give it to you this. We'll go off of this. So then we get into this sell here. We make this new low, right? So we're shorting this, and then all right, we're going to play off of this candle here. Guess what? We get clapped. So how many times did we lose on UCAD? And all we had to do was this, right? If we just come here and look at the legs, right? We pay attention to the legs, and the legs on this were pretty simple, right? Down to here, we made this to here, we made this to here, made this to here, made this to here. Those are our legs, right? Even when I was looking at this accumulation, what did I require? I required, when I said I needed to see an accumulation in here because we were still bearish, right? We were still bearish. And then this distribution that happened here, we were looking for sells from. So yeah, exactly. You'll lose your mind, man. It's just pay attention to the legs. And this is on a 4-hour. Can you imagine being on a 15-minute? How many times this thing shifted? And all you had to do was just pay attention to the legs. All right. Yeah. It's once I got rid of that thing that said every high, every low meant something. I can tell you that structure became so much easier. Okay. Um, yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's just simply just follow the legs, man. Just follow the legs. All right. Um, and always ask, one of the things I always do is I always ask myself, what is maintaining the leg structure? I'll always have that on there. So we covered GN, we covered GU, NU. What am I looking for? NU. So NU, kind of like AU as well, right? We've broken structure, right? We've broken the leg structure. So this was the low that was maintaining structure. We definitely traded below it. We're just in a complex pullback, right? And ideally, I want to get into this area here, right? This was that redistribution. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'll wait for it. And then I want to either look for a sell, or if we come back down into this area here, I would potentially look for a buy to then hedge the sell down, right? That's what I'd be looking for. But it's kind of just in the middle of the range, right? Like I need it to get up here, or I need it to get down here. We're kind of just in the middle. All right. So NU, I'm kind of letting it do its thing. Order flow is bullish on NU. Yeah. That's the only reason. If we maintain the order flow, right? So that's the only reason I'd look for the buy, because this is what's maintaining bullish order flow right now. So if we get something in here, I'll take the schematic in here because we'll be with order flow, right? So intraday is bullish, but this is what's maintaining bearish structure, right? That's what's maintaining this, and this is the slingshot that caused that. All right. All right, hold on. Let's see. Exactly. Once I find the leg, the extreme of that leg is where 95% of my attention is drawn to. And then the other 5% is the point of interest that caused the new high or the new low. We did have divergence between NU and AU. Yeah. You're talking about this down here. Yeah, you're talking about this. Yeah. No, we did. Yeah, you could see it. Well, we had it down here as well. We had this. That was on NU, and AU had this low right here that made that. And then you're talking about here, right? Yeah, you could see it. So divergence here, AU and NU made the low. NU made the low. Yeah. Yep. Slingshot is the candle that caused the new high or new low. Yep. Yeah. Do I think the indices are in distribution? I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, maybe lower time frame, but trying to sell US 30 or S&P right now off of a 1 minute distribution is like trying to stand in front of a train while it's going 60 kilometers or miles per hour. Like I need that thing to slow down for a couple of days before I try to do anything with it, you know? Um, yeah, you were thinking it was a type 4 accumulation. What on NU? Yeah, yeah. What would that divergence mean? So it's showing so it's showing that NU is the laggard, you know. Yeah, NU is the laggard. And you could see I've got my alert up here. So if we break this high, I would be potentially looking for a buy in here, you know, to do something like that. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it's just weak. Yeah, yeah. You know, you can also go to like AN and just look to see what AN is doing to kind of get an idea. But yeah, I personally like to trade the laggard because when you have divergence, let's just do it like this, right? So we're gonna AU. All right. So we have AU that makes the high, and then we have NU, NU that makes the lower low. We have divergence. So I like to trade the laggard because the laggard gives me the type 1 schematic, right? NU was giving you that predetermination that it was going to come lower, right? Where AU was making the higher high, and then you just flip that, right? Just flip that for an accumulation. So that's one of the things I look for. All right. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, a 1 minute distro on US 30. Yeah, I'm not playing with that right now. So if you make a new high, then 7100 would be in the slingshot. If I make a new high, no, no, no. For me, the slingshot's up here. For me, the slingshot's up here. This was an attempted accumulation turned redistribution. So yeah, where did the orders get filled? Sellers are sitting here. This is where sellers came into the market. So this is where I'm looking right here, like 71.6 to 71.8 is where I'm looking. You know, I mean, we could get all the way up in here. There was a distribution that happened in here as well. But we're a ways from that. We're a ways from that. Okay, let's take a look at UChef because this is what I was looking for UChef. So UChef, again, I'm torn between two places. All right. We did have a valid distribution. We had a intraday with a fractal distribution in here. Okay. Um, this is this is the slingshot that caused the break, and then this would be ideally where the tightest entry I could find would be in here. I require a schematic here for me to get into this, right? To go down. Keep in mind though, we're bullish, right? If like we go, let's just jump up to the 4 hour, right? We're bullish. All right. This is our leg. All right. This is our leg. So this was the mitigation of the prior accumulation. So we get down into here, I'm going to be looking for buys to go higher, right? So I'm going to be doing one of two things. I'll be looking if price comes up here, I'll be looking for a sell out of this area here. And if we don't, pro trend it is, I'm going to take the buy from here. All right. But we're kind of like right in the middle. I was looking on Friday. Yeah, Friday I was looking for this distro that happened that I wanted to see this distro right in here. All right. And you can see the type 1 that occurs in here. We have a really nice type 1 that happens. This is the area that I'd be looking at right in here. And then yeah, this is that Asian crap, man. End of New York into Sydney and Asian. It's just horrible. Um, but ideally, I'd like for price to either, if it pulls up, I'm going to look for the sell, and if it comes into the buy area right in here, this is where I'm going to wait for the schematic to take the buy. Would you consider hedging if the buy came first? Yeah, yeah, no, no. Ideally, in a perfect world, in a perfect world, this comes first because this is pro trend, right? So if we come here, I'd greatly appreciate that because then I'm protected. I take this up. If we get into a distribution, I'm already holding the buy. If this claps out my buy, stop loss hit, guess what? My buy cancels out the stop loss because I'm still making the money back off of that. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna treat that. Yeah, absolutely. Um, what do I think about XRP? Yeah, we'll get to XRP, bro. We'll do it. Hold on. He wants to know. Yeah, yeah. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm loving XRP. So for those of you guys that I don't remember what was it months ago that when I don't remember where or when, but when I was looking at the accumulation on the daily, so I averaged in so in between like my average price is 27 cents, I think. But I averaged in between 20 and 23. Wait, 23 is up here. I averaged in between 20 and 23 at the end of last year, like December 2000, yeah, December 2020 is when I averaged in. And I bought some more, probably, some in the 30s, but yeah, this was just super clean. Super, super, super clean. So, and price broke over $1. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's there she goes, man. So, yeah. My thoughts on it are I'm not looking to if you, I'm not margin trading XRP. Well, I can't margin trade XRP anyway because my broker still doesn't have it open. Um, but I would be looking for an opportunity to get back in. If we look over, let's see. So I would be looking, hold on. So we had one, two, three. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'd be looking off this daily. I'd be looking in here. Yeah. I'd be looking anywhere between this block right here is where I'd be looking to get some more in. So you've been holding since 16? Yeah, bro. Congrats, man. Yeah, yeah. I've got quite a few. Quite a few. Yeah. I went in deep on it. So this especially when I saw when we were sitting around the summertime when we were in here, that's definitely when I started paying attention. And definitely when we saw the drop was just fantastic. So I think actually, hold on, let me just see. Let me see if I have my old chart on this. Let me look it up. Let's see, charts, journal books, XRP, accumulation. Hold on. So October, let me look at October's first. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So hold on. All right, so that wasn't it. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, here you go. Hold on. So when you guys ask, here you go. This was back from November 22nd. This is when I got in a couple more. So when people ask me what a sign of strength is, right? There's your sign of strength. That's what a sign of strength looks like right there. So yeah, this was one of those that I got in right around like 22. This is when I got in 22 cents right in here. I got that. And then what was the other one? This was yeah, yeah, same thing. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. This was a really nice setup on XRP. So I'm not a huge like crypto exchange person. Um like I use Coinbase Pro as my exchange. And I've just been holding it. I've just been holding it. So let's see. What's margin trading, Mike? What's margin trading? Like trading on an MT4. Yeah, yeah. Like I haven't traded XRP in a while on MT4. Like I use it. I just buy, like if you're buying stocks, like I go on an exchange and I just buy coins of it. So yeah, yeah. Uphold lets you buy and sell. I got you. Okay. Yeah, yeah. The SOS is visible, man. That's a sign of strength. Awesome, man. All right, later, man. To get into some prop trading firms this morning. If we have time at the end, do you mind speaking on it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can talk about it. Absolutely. Um, We have, all right, yeah. So XRP, what was the other one? Oh, someone wanted to look at oil too, right? Yeah. So like just in a nutshell, I'll tell you right now, XRP, I'd be waiting for price if when price gets back down into like the 60 cent range. That'd be my next area to get into. Um, I don't think we're going to see anything below 50 cents anymore, man. Um, yeah, you got it, man. You got it. Um, you know what? I was looking at Dash too. Whatever happened to Dash? Man, this thing, son of a gun, bro. So I bought some Dash too. Um, just to give you guys here, I bought it here off this accumulation right in here. Yeah. So I actually took some in here off this type 2. So I don't know if you guys can see it here. So we had the higher time frame type 2, but what do you guys notice in here, right? 1, 2, 3, spring, break of structure. So I started cost averaging in. A lot of my order that was down here didn't get filled, but I did get filled here. And then I did take this. This was the daily candle right here. I did get in here again. So I got in like sub 65, um, and I held. So I got in right around like November, like mid-November, I got in here. And it was all because we were in a higher time frame type 2 distribution, right? You can see the type 2 right here. So I've been holding since 65, and you could see this thing is up pretty good. We're at like 200. Yeah, this thing is continuing up. So that was the last thing I got into. Um, would you sell and buy low? Would I sell XRP? So I took 25 when we hit $1. I closed 25% of volume that I had. So I just paid myself that, which was pretty good. And then I'm holding the rest. I'm gonna hold the rest, and then I'll get back in when we do this. So yeah, that's how I did it. Later, man, later. You can't move funds off of Uphold, so be careful. Really? Okay. Yeah. So awesome, awesome. Um, yeah. O'Neill, was that you that wanted to look at oil? Is that what you're saying? It's confirmed. Uh, the distro. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I just be no. Okay, all right. I don't know about oil. I'm very impartial to oil. Like I'll tell you right now. For me, for oil, like we need to come up into this. So yeah, this was the last time I traded oil was right here, around $33 a barrel. So yeah, yeah. I haven't really messed with oil in a while. Ah, I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah. Yep. I hear you, man. Um, yeah, nothing I want to do with that. I will tell you guys this, if you guys are interested, so gold, I know a lot of the guys that are in gold are very happy. Um, so gold right now off of that 5 minute is up 1 to 38. I would definitely encourage everybody to back test gold. So, if you review this recording, um, I'll just tell you this. There were two really good entries right in here that you could have caught. When I back tested it, I did take a loss somewhere in here. And then there were actually, hold on. Let me just go to my back test chart. Hold on. I'll show you. So I would back test gold. Gold gave some really good positions. Yeah, okay. So here's how I back tested. All right. So like I said, there were two entries in here. I did take this loss when I back tested it. I did take that loss, but there were three entries here, three really good entries here, and then of course this entry here. So these three entries here, they were just so that when you guys go back test, you can kind of see what they were. The first one was a 1 to 87. The second was a 1 to 134. The third was a 1 to 24. So I would definitely back test gold just for your ultimately what you want to do and your learning curve. But yeah, I went through, back tested it on my own. I'm gonna do this with my team on when we do our team training on Thursday, because this was really good. But I would definitely recommend it. So and then I just wanted to cover. I know somebody said something about indices, but I got nothing. Yeah, no. Yeah, nothing about that looks good. What about US 30? Nothing about that looks good either. Yeah. This is just going to pull back. It's going to pull back and make a next leg. I'm a little upset that I closed out my Nasdaq trade. That's the only thing that I'm pissed off about. This Nasdaq buy was in here. I'm a little upset that I closed it, but it is what it is. But that's pretty much it. That's what I got. Unless you guys got anything else that you got on your radar, but it's been a not a quiet last 2 weeks, because I'll tell you, like, I've made some really good percentages. But I haven't taken a lot of trades. And just to give you guys an idea, I am year to date. From January 1, I've only taken 47 trades, and that was my goal. For many of you that remember when the year started, I had told myself that I wanted to minimize the amount of trades I took. I wanted to take better quality trades, less riskier trades. Um, so I actually, I like it. I've kind of fulfilled, you know, what I wanted to set out and do. And, it's translated to a nice P&L. My profit and loss statement is doing pretty well. So can you show how you back test? Oh, we'll talk about the prop firms. Yeah. Um, an EG. Yeah, we'll talk about EG. So how I back test is, in a nutshell, just just go in replay mode, right? Go in replay mode, and you're going to work just like it's live. So identify your targets, your points of interest, play it out, and you're going to jump through the multiple time frames. And then what I like to do, I like to, you know, use my position, right? Use the position, and ultimately, oh, here's a great example, right? So like when I back test, where's NJ? So I missed a trade because of crossover, but I went in and back tested it. And like, if Sango, if you're in here, bro, I don't know if you did this back test NJ on the what was it, like the 24th last week, when we were looking at AJ and NJ buys. Yeah. Back test this, bro. Back here. This is all I'm going to say. This is all I'm going to say right there. So I took one loss. So it was positive 225 on a 0.25% risk. And then that's where the P&L would be as of yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, bro. And it all came at changeover. The entry came in during changeover. So, but that's how I back test, right? So you find your points of interest, play it out, whether you're on lower time frame or not, and go through your positions. Like if you take a position, you go to your first take profits. Keep track of what your profits are. So if I closed out 25% volume on a $250 risk, then I got to go in here then and move that minus 25%, which is like 187.50. So then I have 187.50 risk, so my next take partial. So that's ultimately how I back test, keep track of my risk, how I manage the trade, and then where I'm taking more entries on, so yeah. Let's see. Friendly reminder. Can we have journal? Yes. I have it set. I was going to plan on doing it this weekend. But I ended up having some friends and family come in for the weekend. So my Saturday was kind of taken away. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I will. I've got it all set up. I just need about the hour and a half to 2 hours to do it. So NJ here real quick, for the person asking about NJ. Right now, this is how I see NJ. So we are ultimately maintaining order flow by that. So if price comes into here, I would potentially look for a buy. And if we make a new high, right, then this is the slingshot that I'd be looking at. But I'll be honest, like NJ for me just isn't, it's on my secondary list for a reason, because it's not very interesting to me right now. So it's kind of just it's just tugging along. So Uh, you got it. Don't, yeah, yeah, brother. Damn pig, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay. All right. So let's talk about prop firms, right? Real quick, because I know a couple people had asked me about this. So I can give you, and I know Sango's on here, bro. Sango is the like the resident prop firm authoritarian. All right. Um, and I will tell you that, let's see, what's the best way to identify whether it's distro or an accumulation? Because sometimes for me on the charts, I'll be seeing a lot of that happen. Well, so market cycle, man, market cycle. So, right, accumulations happen down here, distros happen up here. All right. So peep where you're at. Like if this is the high, we would expect a distribution here, not an accumulation. We would expect an accumulation down here, not a distribution. Right. And then it's very simple for if you're in a distribution, right? If you're in a distribution, you trade the distribution until you get that confirmation of reaccumulation, right? And then vice versa. You're in accumulation, right? Trade the accumulation until you get the confirmation that you're in a redistribution. So, and then, depending on, I could tell you like my rules for a distro and accumulation, and I could tell you like, I've said it before. If it's not in a higher time frame point of interest, a distro and accumulation, I'm not paying attention to it because it very well could turn into something else. You know, but that's yeah, that's how I'll kind of give you that picture. So prop firms, right? Everyone's heard of FTMO. I trade an account for FTMO. Um, FTMO has been around for a while. The you can go to their FTMO website. You can do a free trial. They had just come out with a 200K account that you could trade. They have for the challenge and verification, it's 10%, 10% profit target for your challenge, 5% for your verification, and a minimum of 10 trading days. All right. And then rules of management are 5% for daily loss and a 10% for your total loss. Right. So hopefully no one, I mean, you shouldn't be getting that close to your risk management targets if you're trading properly. All right. I can tell you some of the positives of FTMO, I'll tell you right now, are that they have a lengthy history, right? As far as paying out, there's no issues. I could tell you the only thing that sucks, especially for US residents, is you can't get paid direct to your bank, right? So for me, I use Skrill. I use Skrill to get my payment from FTMO to my Skrill account, from my Skrill account to my checking account in the United States. I don't know how it is for everybody else. So now the only disadvantage I could tell you that FTMO has is you cannot hold over weekends, which for me costs me a lot of money. Right, that's one of the biggest things that FTMO does. Now, some of the other prop firms that we've been looking at, another one is called Funding Talent. Right, I know a couple of the guys that are doing Funding Talent. Um, I can tell you they're a Canadian company. They are relatively new. I have personally not looked at anything just because of the requirements. Yeah, yeah. And the payout on FTMO is 70-30 profit split. So you take 70% profit. All right. Um, that's I mean that's pretty kosher. Um, Funding Talent, they've got all kinds of weird rules. I can't tell you much about it other than I saw it for a second and then said no thank you. You're on 5%ers. What's the margin on 5%ers? Because I thought it was something ridiculous. Um, Try JP Morgan Chase proper. We give 500K accounts. Yeah, yeah. 1 to 6 leverage. Oh, bro, no, I can't do 1 to 6 leverage. Yeah, yeah. So here's some of them. I'll tell you right now. This is the one that I actually did a challenge for them last week that I passed it. I just got to do the 10 days that I'm kind of going through. But it's the prop trading firm. They're an Australian company. This is them. You can find them on YouTube. I like it. You could trade up to 500K. Um, The profit targets are less. So, you only got to do 8% for the challenge and 4% for the verification. And the profit split is 80%, right? 80%, you could trade up to 500K. Um, the other cool thing about them is you can compound. So if, say, you didn't want to take your profit share, and let's just say that you made 10K, right? So you're supposed to 8K goes to you, 2K goes to the firm. If you don't pull that money out, they will take their money out as well, and you'll have an extra 10K or 20K, whatever you're trading in your account. So funding talent also charges monthly. It's like a membership. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll tell you right now, I do like these guys. I do like them. And then every quarter, so every 3 months, if you maintain an average of 6%, not 6% each month, in a 3-month period, and 2 of those months you need to be profitable. So if you did 3% 1 month, -1% 1 month, and then say 4% the next month, then you meet this, they'll give you 25% bump every quarter, right? Every quarter they'll do that. So I really like these. They're actually a little cheaper than FTMO. For the 100K account, it's $500, where I think FTMO is like 7. Um, I do like these guys, right? There's no news. There's no news issues. So um, you can, you don't have to pull your orders or anything that because of news, and you can hold over the weekends, right? You can hold over the weekends. So and you can hedge. You can hedge with these. So you can be in a buy and a sell at the same time, which is what I like to do, right? I'm in a buy on GA, 450 pips in profit, right? And if we get a distro up here, I'd like to get in a distro so that I don't have to close out volume from here. All right. So yeah. So I've done the challenge. I know a couple other people are doing the challenge as well. I can't speak to being paid out. Because I haven't I haven't gotten that far yet. But I do know that they pay out with direct payment, so they can go wire transfer, and they also do PayPal, which already benefits me tremendously. All right. Um, do I pay taxes? Yeah, I pay taxes. With FTMO, yeah, you still have to declare that. Do you trade? Yeah, I trade my own personal account. Yep, absolutely. So my personal account though is my compounding account, and my prop firm account is what I live off of. So I don't need to pull money out of my personal trading account. So, and not only that, but from a prop firm, there's no liability, So most of you guys know, like most of my funds are in a US broker, which US brokers are very limited. I can't hedge. I have 1-50 leverage. However, the amount of money that I have in my account, I feel safe with the US broker. If anything ever happens, it's backed, and I can go through the proper channels of securing my funds. In an offshore broker for, who do I call? If my money is offshore in the Grenadine Islands, like where do I go to get my money if I ask for a withdrawal and they tell me no? Um, so, that's kind of how why I have all my money in a US firm, meaning I have to take less trades on my personal account, so that's why I have the prop firm accounts, there's no liability. If FTMO, if this prop trading firm, if funding talent, if next month they close their doors, guess what? I'm not out any of my personal money. I'm only out whatever I traded that month. So that's why I kind of did it, for the liability side of it. I have an LLC set up. So yeah. My suggestion to you is I would highly recommend, if you're a US resident, incorporate yourself as an LLC, and then depending on, I don't know how much it costs in your state, but I know in Florida here, it costs me, under $500 to do the LLC and convert it to an S corporation. And then just find yourself a really good, you don't have to pay anything crazy. I pay my tax accountant $250 a year. And there's a lot of deductions I can do. All right. So let's see. And if you only do 6% in 3 months, saying over, you're killing me, bro. If you only do 6% in 3 months, go on my YouTube channel. I'm back test. Yeah. So you can't hold over the weekend. Let's see. Yeah. First in, first out sucks on a US broker. I'll tell you right now, it does. And that's why, especially the guys that I trade with, Like you guys have heard my frustration about, but at the same time, I don't want to trust my money in an offshore broker. You know what I mean? Like I can't. You know, a lot of those offshore brokers aren't required to keep cash on hand. So, you know, that's my thing. How is the spread? So the spreads are comparable to FTMO. I'll tell you right now, these guys here, very comparable to FTMO. All right. Hey, Sango, can you drop the link for Harry's prop firm? Because I don't have my, actually, hold on. Let me see. I don't have my Discord open. Uh, let's see. So IC markets, I can't have IC markets because I'm a US resident. So, and I don't know. That has a 7-figure account in Africa, bro. I have no idea, man. I couldn't tell you. Uh, for my CPA. Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Jamaica, Hugo's way. Geez, bro, don't pay taxes. Let's see. Let's see. There you go, Robinson Jarman. There you go. Okay, and then there's this one. So Harry, who's in our Apori. Oh, hold on, that's the Discord link. Hold on, my bad. There we go. So this is Harry's prop firm. So I'll tell you right now, they have a really, really good. Um, I'll tell you, Harry's group is probably this prop firm is probably the one I definitely would go with. The only thing that has limited me from jumping on board is the fact that I can't hedge. And it wouldn't seem like such a big issue, but I can't hedge on my personal broker. So that means that if I can't hedge on my prop firm, I'm really limiting myself in my trades because I can't tell you how many times I've been in buys long term and then I'm selling the intraday moves, you know. But I could tell you that the profit split, what is it, Sango? It's 81%, the profit split on these. I'd have to look. 82. So the profit split is 82% on it. And like I said, the spreads are pretty comparable. They use the same broker as FX Seed, which is another new prop firm, but I'm not a huge fan of them either. But yeah, Harry's, I definitely would give if you're looking for a new firm, especially in the Aporia group. I know if you guys are in the public group, you can look in the announcement section and Harry gave a 20% off coupon code. You can just look it in there. What you could take 20, they'll give you 20% off of your challenge purchase. All right. Yeah, they do have an awesome scaling, and it's what you could scale up to 1 million, right, Sango? Yeah. You could scale up to 1 million. The scaling plan is awesome. They really did they really did a really good job setting this up. So, and you can go through it, you can look at it. They've got it there. The website's really nice. Is it better than FTMO? So, in my opinion, what makes this one better than FTMO is you can hold over the weekends. You know, that is the big one. So yeah. And at $1 million, it's 50% at 1 million, right, Sango? 60. Okay. So 60% profit on a $1 million account, right? So I mean, you do the math, you know. That's 60% of $1 million is way better than 70%, right? Of a 100K account. I mean, you could just do the math on that. So yeah. They're the highest. They're the highest off that $1 million. So I told Harry, I know, I told him that I'm in full volley mode right now, but as soon as volleyball dies down and I can take on another prop firm and really start to work some trades in and stuff like that, then I would definitely be interested in trading his. I just won't be able to hedge, so that's why I'm going to use that prop trading one. So actually, I can explain the way it works in a minute. Okay, yeah. Let me know, bro. I'll unmute you, man. Um, Yeah, just raise your hand wherever you are. Raise your hand, and I'll unmute you when you got a second, bro. You can hedge on FTMO. You can hedge. Yes, you can. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I told you, bro, Sango's been doing work on all these prop firms, man. How do you go about putting in trades? MT5. So this one here is MT5. The prop trading one is MT5. Um, actually FTMO, you can do C Trader, MT5 or MT4. So, but there is, you can trade anything. You could trade Forex, indices, metals, cryptos. On this one, same thing here. You could trade all that here. So, what's the prop trading firm again? It's right here. Hold on. I'll throw it in the chat. I'll throw it in the chat. And the spreads are comparable to FTMO. Spreads are comparable to FTMO. So hold on. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. There it is. Best place to download MT5 for a Mac right here. Just type in, just type in MT5 for a Mac, and it'll take you right to the direct link. So this MetaTrader one right here. Yeah, it's the main MetaTrader one. Installation on a Mac OS. So you can download the DMG file, right? Download the DMG file. So it runs. Hold on. Give me a second here. Bear with me here. There you go, bro. You got it. Yeah, just go to the main MetaTrader and you download. Hold on. Where is Insta? Hold on. I know. Oh, here it is. There you go. This link right here. This is the link. So it downloads the DMG and it runs wine in the background. So, and it's updated. So yeah, for me, it's great. So MT5 OS 2010 plus. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Mike.
Go ahead, bro.
Yep. So about the Robinson firm, so the scaling is quite amazing. So let's say you start today, you pass all your challenge. First of all, when you reach your target, you don't need to wait those minimum days of trading. So for example, if you do 10% today, you can pass directly to the verification. So you can actually have your live account in less than 10 days, for example. And as soon as you start, you do 10% the first month, for example. Your account is double. So from 100K, you go to 200K. And then if you do it again, you have the choice of either getting the 400K account with the profit split of 75-25%, or you go up straight away to 1 million with the profit split to 60-50. So that's actually the best scaling program I've ever seen, and I've gone through all of them, honestly. So yeah, Robinson is quite amazing as a prop firm, but for me, it's more like a swing trading firm. And the prop trading, because I'm doing both actually. The prop trading is going to be my intraday one actually. So yeah, so I will compound on Robinson and use the prop trading to pay the rent, the bill, the car, the holiday, and etc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I'll tell you right now, these are the two of my favorite ones right now. So, and I want to say Harry said that, what did he say? Like they're going to get another 50 accounts, I think, in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. So
yes. So
yeah, they're just waiting. They're waiting on the liquidity provider to give them some more accounts because they've already, I guess, sold out of all the accounts that they had. So they're going to get another batch of accounts so that it's able to trade. Why do you say prop trading one is better for intraday? Why? Wait, I mean, you're talking about Sango? Hold on. Here, hold on. I'll unmute Sango again. There you go. Let's see. There you go. Sango, what?
It's just
yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know who asked the question, but if you have been on my call and the way trade, he hedge most of the time when you see a reason to hedge, and that's something that you can't do on Robinson as well.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to say. Like for me, most of the hedges that I get into are the intraday, like a great example. So GA, I've been in a GA buy for 2.5 weeks, which means that I could not be able to take a sell at all in these last 2.5 weeks. And if you notice GA, we haven't had a pullback to get into another buy. But I've been when not that GA has given me a sell, but if it gave me a distribution to sell down into the buy that I wanted to get into, I'd be able to do that. So that's why for me, the prop trading one is the way I want to do it, because I already have a large account that I trade for my personal account. So in that account I can't hedge. I can't hedge. So yeah, that's why that's why I'm going with, that's why I'm doing these guys. But I'll tell you right now, I will, once I'm fully funded with the other one and I'm maxed out, I will be, I already told Harry I'll be coming over there, but it's just a matter of this one's a little more restrictive for me. So yeah. All right. Is that cool? Any other questions on that? How do you guys go about putting in trades on multiple accounts? So here's the thing. So like I have a trade copier. I don't use it very often, simply because it's one thing if you have, let's just say you have an account with Awanda, you have 3 accounts with Awanda, then the trade copier works. But if you have an account with Awanda, an account with FTMO, an account with FX Choice, an account with the prop trading firm, the numbers are all different. Yeah, the numbers are different. So you end up going into the accounts anyway to move your positions by a pip or two. So you're just doing yourself extra work. How I do mine is I use that position size calculator. So when I click on the different accounts, the information is already in the position calculator. So like the credentials, the entry, the stop loss, the different take profits. So all I do is just, like say I'm going to play off of the open of the 2-minute candle. I just go and make sure that my line is lined up with the 2-minute candle. And then say the spread is half of a pip, then I just move my entry half a pip up. So that's how it is what it is. Like there's no way around it, just because the data is different and all the stuff, so yeah, that's how I do it. Let's see.
There is a question from Antonio. The profit splits 50-50. So you need to realize one thing. There is not a single firm out there that give you more than 50-50 profit split on the 1 million. That's Robinson is the only one. So they actually risk a lot. So that 60-40 that I talk about is only for the best trader. If you're in, I don't know how they analyze your trading journey, but your win rates and your risk to reward will be, I think, the major keys for them to take the decision if they can increase your profit split or not. Because at the end of the day, they need to stay profitable. But 50-50 of 1 million is 100% return of 500K. That's something also you need to realize. That's a lot of money.
No, absolutely. Yeah, if you look at it like that, if you have the difference between 50%, right, of $1 million, it is the same thing as 100% profit on a 500K account. And not a lot of firms give that 500K. Like the prop trading firm is only going to give you 80% of that 500K.
Yeah.
So if I made the same percentage as here, I'm still making more money off of this. So yeah. No. It's only for the $1 million. So when you scale up to the $1 million, so it's 82 or 84%, Sango. 82, right? Of the
yes.
Yeah. So your stage one is 82%. So your 100K account and below, actually no, the 200K, because they have a 200. Yeah, the 200K, the 100K, your 50K, whatever, you're getting 82%. So yeah. What's the leverage? Leverage is what, 1 to 100, right, Sango?
I think it's 1 to 200 on the prop firm and 1 to 100 on the Robinson.
Yeah.
Which is way enough.
Yeah. So this one here is a 1 to 100, and the prop trading firm is a 1 to 200. So I could tell you this: I have and FTMO is a 1 to 100, just so you guys know. And I've come close to being margined out on FTMO, but it's stupid because, like, yeah, it's stupid. And it wasn't even, it was slightly my fault because it's when they redid the indice contracts. So I was over leveraged on like S&P or NASDAQ or something like that. But on FTMO, I've never come close other than that one time coming close to being over margined. So, but yeah. The leverage is enough. Let's see. Yeah, just making 10% of 100K. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What's FTMO? FTMO, what, the leverage? Yeah, leverage is 1 to 100 is the leverage on FTMO, 1 to 100. Let's see. What did you mean when you said Robinson is getting 50 new accounts? Yeah, there's a waiting list. So like if you purchased it right now, and I think he's already got it, because I think when he talked to me, what was it, almost like 2 weeks ago now, he said that they were going to get another 50 accounts. So, been having trouble installing the position size calculator when I have to drag the downloads into the MT5 script. Any knowledge? So I'll tell you this, put everything on your desktop. And then when you open up MT5 and you go to install everything, just go off the folder of the desktop, if that makes sense. So, did you ever get tired looking at charts, learning this? What kept you going? No, I didn't get tired of charts. I'll tell you this, like did I compile it? Yeah, you got to compile it. Yeah, that's right. I never got tired because I had a goal, right? My goal was to be able to retire. So yeah, and now I can tell you right now, like I don't nearly spend half as much time on the charts like than I used to, because I don't need to. Most of the work has been done already. So compile it. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You want a good motivation, look at your bank account. Yeah, exactly. I can, yeah, like if you go through, man, I would tell you that I would just do a quick video on how to do it, but I'd be lying, because then that's another video I got to do. And I know people are already asking about the journaling video. I have the website. Is it in there? Yeah. So go in the video and they talk about how to compile and everything. Yeah. There's 2 videos on that website. One teaches you how to use it. The other is how to install it and properly use it. But yeah, so, but the trick is on a Mac, save everything on your desktop, take it out of your downloads folder, put it on your desktop, because when you go into the actual MT5 to load it in and to compile everything, it's going to ask you for the file location. You want to do it off the desktop. So, yeah, there you go. So cool. All right, guys, listen. Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours, actually 2 hours, 40 minutes. So I'm under the 3 hours. Yeah. No, my brother's got it. My brother's a big IT guy, so he's got it. How are you able to combine trading and family? I have 3 kids and it's not easy. Listen, man, I got 4 kids. So I have office. I'll tell you right now, here's a key. I have office hours. So yeah, bro, the pig. I got 4 dogs. I got a tortoise. Yeah. Have office hours, so for me, I don't get up early for London. I wake up, early in the morning. I wake up 5:30, Eastern time. I have my little prep things I do, like I do some yoga, have my coffee, listen to some audiobooks that I'm going to do. Then I sit down at the charts. I'm off the charts by, sometimes 11 in the morning. And then that's it. Everything else is on autopilot. If price comes, if an alert goes off, I already got the game plan set up for it. And just know that you don't have to catch every trade, right? There's times where, I'd had the perfect setup and price just came in when I wasn't on the charts and it left. So you don't need to catch every setup. All right. It's once you get to the point where you're finding consistency and you have clarity with the market is doing, And always remember this: before you can be a good trader, you have to be a good market analyst, right? You have to understand what the market's doing. So if you can't sit there and analyze the market properly, you can't expect yourself to be properly trading it. I'll tell you right now, contrary to popular belief, trading is one of the hardest things you can do in life, right? Because there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of technical, and there's a lot of fundamental analysis that goes into it. Um, and once you combine and get into the bulk of everything, and you really find that zone or that edge where you have that utmost clarity on what is going on, where it becomes easy. And I can tell you right now, like listen, for those of you guys that know me, know that I'm always on the go because of my kids. We're always traveling to either a different city or a tournament or something like that. And I bring my iPad with me, and I do the legwork from my computer, and then I just do the management side from my iPad. I can set trades. I can take my screenshots. I can do whatever I need from my iPad. And you get to the point where you're seeing it with such clarity. And if you ask me some of these pairs, what's your analysis on it, I don't have to look at a chart, because I've studied it so much, and I've committed it to my memory, that I can sit there and tell you, well, okay, EJ, I'm waiting for where price is at currently. I'm waiting for a lower time frame accumulation. I've got alerts set. If when I see it come into my area, if I get a type 1 accumulation or a type 2, I'm going to take action, and if it doesn't, guess what? All right, then I'm going to look lower. So I can tell you the pairs that I'm looking at. I can tell you what they're doing on the higher time frame and what they're doing on the intraday. I may not be able to tell you currently what price is doing on the lower time frame, because I haven't seen it in a little bit. But that's what you want to really understand. So uh, it took me. I'll tell you right now, it took me over a year to be consistent, and it took me. Um, I can tell you that it took me. I'll tell you right now, from after learning smart money, it took me a solid 6 months to really learn Wyckoff theory. And like 6 months, not normal 6 months, like 6 months of 40 hours a week, spending time with my trading partner on Zoom calls for 40 hours a week, going through back testing, finalizing, marking up charts, coming up with my list of confirmations, my list of trade management, developing my trading plan. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot of effort that went into it, but nothing comes easy, right? You got to be able to put forth the effort, and it pays off, because now, I mean, not that I wouldn't say like I'm as humbling as I could say, I'm not like a rock star trader. I take losses all the time. I mean, those of you that have seen like my trading journal and stuff. I mean, heck, I think I'm like 52% year to date, which is phenomenal. 52% is great. I already know that out of 10 trades, I'm going to lose 5 of them. But what really pushes me to that point is that out of the other 5 trades, if 2 or 3 of them are winners, then I know that my P&L is through the roof. So hold on, let's see. Perfect, bro. Perfect. Let's see. Oh man, hold on, I got to catch up. Do you use a pending? Yeah, most of my orders are pendings. What fundamentals do you use? Um, So, I mean, I dive into some of the fundamentals, like the news events, the quarterly reports, stuff like that, but not so much in Forex. I could tell you that. Like, I mean, there's some things that you can really kind of put into perspective, but fundamentals have kind of been out the window for the last 12 months on Forex. Um, yeah, mindset is a huge thing. Mindset is a huge thing. So, just like Sango said, a clean, tidy desk. Make sure everything's organized. Some little things I'll tell you, like if you notice my charts, right? My charts are clean, right? My charts are clean. It all comes down to stuff like this. My watch list. Hold on, as soon as TradingView opens back up. Hold on. But if you notice, like my office is clean. There's no clutter. My desk, I call it my command center. My command center is set up. This is where I work, right? I have everything in front of me I need. I have a whiteboard where I need to write notes on. I have a notepad out if I ever need to write myself notepad. I use the notes app on my computer tremendously. I have all of my watch lists organized, right? Like everything, active orders, pending orders, watch list, secondary watch list, right? Like you can come and you can look at my charts, and my charts are clean, right? My charts are clean. One of the things I tested out was just the color schemes, right? Like I noticed that I reacted better and my anxiety was less when I went to a black and white chart, you know, with black and white candles. You know, there's not a lot of a lot of clutter on it, and the coloring scheme doesn't inflict any emotion on me. Um, so that's stuff I figured out, you know, like, but everything from organizing that to organizing your journal to organizing, one of the things on my desktop, I have a pending trades folder that all my screenshots go in. I organize them by currency pairs, and then I go through and organize them as needed once I'm doing my journals. So those are all things that like you really want to just like implement into your business, because that's what it is. You're a professional trader. You want to act like a professional. I'll tell you right now that fantasy world of that you see people on Instagram on their phone trading from the club, with the music in the background and they're making thousands of dollars. Yeah, no, listen, I dare them to prove me wrong. I dare somebody to shoot a video and then show me what you made with the proper analysis. And I don't want to see it on a demo account, like show it to me, because I can tell you the hard work that I put in can't be done. And that's why, like, when I go on trips, when I go to volleyball tournaments, like I don't trade. Like I do analysis beforehand. I'll set the limits beforehand, but I'm not trading while I'm doing that stuff. You know, you just got to be able to really appreciate the amount of effort and work that you're doing into it. So let's see. Let me just structure. Now I'm Wyckoff, and I guess I put everything. Yep, that's it. I mean, that's essentially what Wyckoff is. It's just putting everything together. You know, exactly. Awesome. Thank you. Do I use no, I don't use specific pairs. No. I mean, I'll tell you right now, specific pairs to me are just lower spread pairs. So like I trade pairs that have low spreads. That's what I like. Awesome. Help us. Yep. Cool, man. Thank you. Bro, my wife is gonna kill me, dude. She is. Oh, here, EG. Wait, real quick, real quick. Here's EG. So I'm looking for a sell. I know Zach, bro. Zach McDonald's looking for a buy out of this accumulation. I don't say not take it. I agree. Yeah, but I'm looking in this 20-minute candle up here. Right. This is a redistro. Real quick, just look at the failed accumulations, and if you need to ask yourself if you're bearish or bullish, just go to the 4 hour and just kind of shrink it down. Right. I mean, we've just been falling from the sky. So, and if you go to the weekly, right, weekly, we're coming down here. We're in a distro. We're coming down here, right? Like 8,300. So for me on EG, if we come up to this 20-minute candle right here, this is the 20-minute candle. If you come into that 20-minute candle, that's where I'm looking to buy, or I'm sorry, looking to sell out of that 20-minute candle. So maybe something for tomorrow night, something like that. But that's where I'd be looking on EG. All right. Let's see. Same black and white. Yep. Black and white candles were a game changer, man. I'm telling you, it really helps you. So, check this out on EG. Let's see, bro, what you got? Hold on. Why can't I open it? Hold on. Let's see. On the 4 hour. Yeah. 2 minute. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking out of the same area. Yeah. Same area. This is a redistro. So, and you're absolutely right. Just, with the, yeah. Just remember, I mean, you've got so many failed accumulation attempts in here. And then if you look in here, there was so many accumulation attempts that happened that failed. So yeah. I'm looking for the sell. So I'm looking for the sell. You use WWA colors. Good for them, bro. Listen, they listen, they're masters at their craft too, man. I'm not going to lie. I knew Wally when he was in IM. So, those guys, they put the work in, yes, I am going to do the journaling video. I am. I've got everything set up. I just need the time. So if someone would like to come and maybe chauffeur some of my kids around, get them to their volleyball stuff and their flights because they're going. I've got one daughter going to Philly, another going to Orlando. If we can get people to help me out with that, then yes, I'll get that journaling video a whole lot quicker. Trading from the club, forgery. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. But they do it, man. They do it. Yeah, not even. Yeah, I know. I know. From club to go live, you hear, bro. Let's see. Which books do you recommend? So, if for trading books, I'll tell you right now, for trading books, a couple of the things I liked. A lot of, if you go to Jesse Livermore, he's got a bunch of books. He's got three actually. His three main books are great books. Um, if you haven't done Mark Douglas's books, you need to. Trading in the Zone and A Disciplined Trader. By far the staple of what your mindset needs to be at. Um, and I'll tell you what, man, what I might do is I might start dropping just some book names in the Aporia group, like under one of those channels. You know, some of the books that I've read. I'll be honest, most of the books I've read actually haven't read. It's audio books just because it's easier for me to when I'm taking like long drives. You know, that's ultimately what I do. Let's see. Mike loves Mexican. Oh, geez, bro. Yeah, yeah. Look at the 2 minute US what? SDG. Oh, bro. Yeah. Uh, let's see. I'll do it. Practice. Oh, yeah. Do you know leverage of Awanda's leverage? Yeah, it's 1 to 50. Hence my issue. So I'm always I know, I know. Howie Ant, bro. I know. Trust me. Trading in the zone is a gem. Yep. Distro on USD. Why? What is the spread on USD SDG? I'm just curious. What is the spread? 2 pip? Yeah, 2 pips. No, bro. 2 pips. I'm already done. 2 pips. Do I see distro? Hold on. What, like on a higher time frame? Let's see. SDG. Oh, okay, hold on. What do you got here, bro? SDG, not SGD. What the hell is SDG? Sudanese bro. This is gonna be horrible, bro. It's gonna be horrible. Oh, geez. Yeah, bro. I got it. Let's see. Did they just not come to work in the last year? Hold on. What's it on the weekly? Wow, bro. Talk about damn. Talk about that, bro. That was whoever bought this made some mad money, bro. 580%. That's some crypto, bro. How to think like a professional trader. Yeah. If you guys, I'll tell you right now, YouTube, Mark Douglas, the professional trader. It's a series. Um, that would probably be one of the best things you can do for yourself. Okay. By far, by far. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, it's been fun. But shy of my wife killing me, I'm gonna go. It's been fun. It's been a nice 3 hour toboggo with you guys. Keep in mind, it is only Tuesday. Don't rush trades, right? Don't rush trades. Listen, if there's any evidence over the past 6, 8, 12, 20 weeks that you've been jumping on my sessions, is the market presents at minimum 1 to 2 trades that end up going for freaking bangers. All right. Every week, you know. So last week was EJ and UCAD. So this week we'll see what the market gives. All right. And again, I would definitely recommend everybody backtest gold. All right. Gold was a really good journey for me. And I'm going to go over with my team on Thursday, but yeah, gold for me was definitely a really nice, really nice learning lesson for me that I was able to catch a lot of stuff on. So, alrighty, EA2. Oh yeah. Wait. Hold on. I just for Sango. Hold on. Just for Sango. Here you go. Where is it at? It was here. Here you go. Here's a buy, guys. If you guys want to see a really nice Really nice entry. Was it the 15 second? Yeah, here you go. Here was a nice little 15-second buy. So this was a 142. It was a 1.2 pip stop. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but 50% of this 15-second candle was the buy, and the break of structure was right here, right there. That was the break. So this was the spring. Entry was right off of that. It was a 1.2 pip stop, and it went one to 142. So yeah. Um, just for Sango. But yeah, that was EA. That was EA. That's so. All right, guys, listen, enjoy. Thank you for hopping on, and I will see everybody. Enjoy.